be surprised.
Don't be surprised.
Attention! 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 Attention!
Thank you so much, Colonel Eddie. Can you clap for our trainer, Best Eddie? Thank you so much. I'm back because I'm going to welcome my commander, my bishop, my father, the African commander of Conacce Chaplains International, General Dr. Kandem Jenodor Nunga.
We are ready to serve! Conacce is the best! We thank God for the United Nations! Chaplain, how do you feel? Good! Very good! The possible has been done! The impossible we shall do! Attention! Left! Left! Salute! Right, right. At ease.
Let them sit down, please. Dear Chief of Guests, first of all, I would like everybody to know that I am a French-speaking man. I'm coming from a French-speaking country. That means that if, as I'm speaking, the accent and sometimes the words got mixed, just trying to catch the spirit of my word, not just the letter of my words. Je parle français et je parle couramment français. Donc, j'essaierai de m'exprimer en anglais afin que nous puissions tous comprendre l'anglais. Dear Chief of Guests, Mr. Henry Kisingi, Director of Administration of Kenya Prison Services. Reverend Frederick Ngofu, Director of NACADA. Colonel Jean, Third Vice President of Conacce Chaplains Africa and East Commander of Conacce Chaplains. Colonel Lambert, Director of Africa of Anti-Drugs. Colonel Eddie Bigan, Vice Director of Paramilitary Service and Fanfat. Commandant John, Commandant Jessica, Vibrant Commander of Kenya, Conacce Chaplains Global Corporations, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen, and dear aspirant. It is my pleasure to take a word today to welcome you first to this second graduation ceremony that we are organizing in the name of Conacce Chaplains. And my word will be just asking what is Conacce Chaplains and what is the mandate that we are giving to your new chaplains so that they will know what to do, where to go, and what not to do. My name is Dr. Jenodor Kandem Nunga. I'm the African Commander of Conacce Chaplains. And in the name of General Carlos Aroba Gaybord, His Excellency, Vice President of Special Court of Arbitration and Human Rights of United Nations, Vice President of Diplomacy Council, and General Secretary of Intergovernmental Government of the United Nations, I would like to say we are so proud to have you. Conacce Chaplains Global Corporation is an international organization with the juridical personality of the Ministry of Social and Economic Inclusion of Ecuador, and also of the state of Florida and South Carolina of the United States of America. We are registered as an humanitarian NFO in the economic and social system of United Nations with the profile UN code ECOSOC 677003. We are also UN Global Compact under the registration number 140936. As an humanitarian agency, register conforming the law, the world law under the Commission International for Relations Diplomatic, we believe that this world can only be saved by men who are holistically stable. They join the works of the spirit, the soul, and the body. Because we believe that true development is not just the acquisition of materials, but it's also the building of the inner man who will be able to handle those materials so that they will not become a temptation to destroy the world, as we are seeing now happening in Europe with Russia and Ukraine. I would like to speak to you now just for some few minutes and address myself to the new aspirant. And by addressing to them, I would like to address to all of you. Permit me, before I do so, to also appreciate this wonderful and beautiful country and this city of Nairobi, who is surely one of the best, the pride of Africa, and also appreciate His Excellency the President of the Nations. And we transmit to him, in the name of General Carlos Aroba, all our appreciations. You have a beautiful country. And in fact, you are beautiful people. Conacce Chaplains Global Corporation are there to form people, to train them, to bring them to another way of seeing life, enjoying life, and preparing other people to enjoy life. We are not just a religious organization. We are an humanitarian organization. In the midst of Conacce Chaplains, there are Christians, evangelical, Catholics, Protestants. There are even Muslims. We are chaplains. What we require are just some ability, a vocation to serve humanity, to serve people, to love people. And I will give you 5 words in which you people should place your mandate as the new promotion of chaplains in Kenya. The first one things that I would like to say is that as you are coming out as a chaplain, you need to understand that you need to be a warrior. You need to be a warrior because man is living in a war. In a war. I believe that war, W-A-R, and war, who is the war, the entire war. And as Nelson Mandela used to say, a winner is a dreamer who will never abandon. The spirit of a war man is a spirit that makes you to understand that life will not always give you what you desire, but life will always give you what you oblige. It's not a matter of I desire this and I have it. It's a matter of I must have it because this is normal for me. You should stand up and wake up every morning with the spirit of a fighter. Because there are a lot of people around you who does not believe that being good is profitable. Some of them think that there is another way of succeed, even if they want to march on people, unless they succeed. But we believe that true success is not just the fact that you are reaching the top, is that you are reaching the top with others people. You are bringing them to top, and that is the one. The spirit of a warrior is the spirit that will bring you up. Nobody will never love you more than yourself. I want every chaplain to understand that it will not be easy. Sometimes people that you will need to help will be the people who will be fighting you. People that you are called to save are the people who would like you to perish. But you are not doing it because you want appreciation from them. You are doing it because there is something in you calling you to do so. That goodness, that fear of the Lord, that love of humanity. You cannot force people to be like you, but don't let them force you to be like them. The spirit of a fighter or the spirit of a warrior is the only spirit that can make somebody to survive in this world. Don't do things because other people are doing it. Don't march because other people are marching. You are unique. You have a unique destiny. Your footprints are unique. God called you for a unique purpose. Don't die a photocopy. One day, a master was teaching his student how to fight. That master was teaching the student about gardening, how to take care of flowers. They were all students in the school of flowers. But there was a course that he was teaching them how to fight. And the spirit of fighter was too much, and the student asked the master and said, but you have been teaching us, we are called to be gardener. But you are speaking us how to fight and a lot of discipline. Why? We don't understand. We are not called to be soldiers. We are called to be gardener. And the master answered them and said, it is better to be a soldier in a garden than to be a gardener in a war. Prepare yourself for the wars, knowing that even if the wars come, you will still survive. The second thing I would like you to understand is that you should walk in the spirit of love. Yes, love is the greatest thing. Today, love has been changed. Love means that I should have sexual intercourse with somebody. Love means that I should exploit somebody. Love is no more the real word with the real meaning that the Bible, the sacred book, taught us. Love has disappeared in our days. I grew up in a time where when things was not right, we fix it. We'll arrange it. When we have a phone, a cell phone, and it was not working well, you bring it to a repairer and he will try to fix it back. You have a car, it's no more working, you try to fix it. But now we are living in a generation where when things is not working well, we replace it directly. You have a wife or a husband that is not believing what as you expected. You just change the husband. You don't just change the wife, and you look out for another one. Our parents, those who came before us, were living in a period when it was not always good, but they knew how to arrange, to adjust, because the spirit of love is something that they have that we don't have in our days. As chaplain, you should walk in love. You should love one another. You should love yourself first. You are coming up as a team, and I think Colonel Chan talked to you about the spirit of a team. And the true spirit of a team can only be manifest through genuine love. Mother Teresa, blessed memory, says, you should never let somebody come in you. And you should not never judge somebody if you have time to love him. If you judge someone, you will not love the person. And if you love the person, you don't have time to judge or to condemn that person. The third thing is about live a happy life. Happiness is something that really all philosophers be asking till nowadays what it truly is. But I believe that true happiness comes when you know yourself. When you know yourself. And Francis Bacon, a philosopher, says, knowledge is power. Is the real power. That is why the father of philosophy, Socrates, is Socrates? They say what in English? Socrates. Thank you very much. Socrates says, know yourself. You know, the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. That means that you will never love somebody else until you love yourself. You know, these days, people, when they will go to the mirror, women, girls, men, they will try to fix something that as if God has done bad to put. They will change their colors. There are some girls that you see today, 10 years before they were black. 5 years ago, they became brown, chocolate. In this day, they look like white. Until sometime when the angel want to come and bless them, they will not recognize them anymore. You should love yourself. A lot of people who are trying to do in sport is not because they want to be in form. It's not because they want to be healthy. Many of them is because they don't love what they carry. They don't love themselves. And I would like us to understand that living a happy life is not a matter of having money. It's not a matter of being a president, a director, a colonel, a general. According to some studies, the most happiest people are people who doesn't have money. Yeah. I can see you looking at me and say, please, can you send me some money for me not to be happy? No, I'm not saying that money is a problem, but I say that sometimes when you have money, your heart is too linked to money until you forget about the essential things. Happy life. Every chaplain should never leave somebody come in front of him and go back without being happy. And this is what I would like to let you know. Be happy. The fourth, before the last one, is that you should use your word to create your world. Use your word to create your world. The power of tongues. I talked to you yesterday about the fact that life and death are in the power of tongues. Your mouth has never been given to you to describe what you are feeling, what you are facing. But tongues, mouths, has been given to you to create what you believe, to create what you want to live, to create what you want to see. That's the reason when God created the world, the Bible says when the first time he made the world, it was a chaotic. He didn't describe it. He spoke, let there be light. And there was light. You should speak what you want to see. As a chaplain, we are not there to go and tell people it's bad in Kenya, everything is expensive, we don't understand what is going on, life is difficult, let us go to Canada, try to move, go to Britain or Paris. No. USA? No. Our world should be different. As we are coming out as chaplains, we must speak differently. We may speak words of encouragement, words of life, words of freedom, words of hope, words of communion. We should speak some words because we believe that with our words we can create the world. Please understand me very well. Louis Aragon says, I reinvented my past with my word and I created my future. Yes. One day there was a man who came in 1984, and he came and with a small boy with the age about 14, and saw Dr. Eisenhower, United States of America, and tell Dr. Eisenhower that I have a problem with this small boy. He does not dream. He see everything strange in a negative aspect. I would like you to help my son to dream. And Dr. Eisenhower looked at the father, and after that look at the son and say, son, come. I want you to repeat those words every day for 1 month. Objective. But the not mind and your heart. The young boy went and he was just repeating it. 25. When you change your word, you will change your perception. And your destiny and your future will change. Before I give the last point, once upon a time there was a young boy went to school. The master gave, the teacher gave to him and said, give that letter to your mother. Don't open it. Let her read it. The young boy came and he was walking happily. And he said, Mama, mommy, I have a letter for you that the teacher gave. The mommy took the letter, opened suddenly the letter, and started reading the letter in her heart. As she was reading the letter, tears started coming out of her eyes. And the son, the small boys of ADS, look at the mama and say, why are you crying? Please, can you read that letter aloud? Let me hear what is this written. The mother refused. And the son insisted. And the mother said, okay, let me read it for you. And he said, this is the letter. Dear mama, that your son is a very brilliant son. Too intelligent. His intellectual quotient is too high to stay in this school. In fact, he understands quickly and rapidly everything that we were saying. Please, don't lose your money by sending that son to school. Can you keep him in the house and teach him yourself everything? That son will be a genius. He will be a great man and change the world. After she closed the letter, and tell her son, you will not go to school again. I will be teaching you. 30 years after, that son invented microphone. He invited light. He invited everything that we have. His name was Thomas Edison, one of the greatest science servants in the world. The mother died, and he was so downcasted. And he went, after burying the mother, he remembered the letter. He took the letter and he sat down and started reading the letter. At his greatest surprise, this is what was written in the letter. Dear madam, that your son is a dumb son. He does not understand anything. You are losing your money by sending that your son to school. Keep him in the house. Let him be a farmer. Let him do other things. But about intellectual things, that son understands nothing. He is just mentally retarded. Keep your son in the house. We don't want him in this school. The mother read exactly the contrary of what was in the letter. Can you imagine if the mother has read exactly what was in the letter? We will not have Thomas Edison. I will not be standing here with a microphone speaking to you. Use your word to create your world. Let me close my speech with the last point. Believe in your future. Believe in your future. The reason why you should believe in your future is because if you don't believe, nobody will believe. You are the one. How many of you know that according to the newspaper Peoples, who is called Who is Who in America, all the millionaires in dollars are millionaires in the first generation of the first generation. That means that their fathers, their mothers were poor. But they succeed to change. And when they ask all of them, what brought you to change? It's not school, it's not education. It's the fact that they believe in themselves. They believe that they can make it. They believe that something great can happen. They believe that the future can still be bright. I would like all of you to believe in yourself. To know that God, the devil that could not kill you last year, cannot stop you this year. I want you to understand that there is a divine project attached to your life. You are not here by mistake. You are here in Kenya, in this ceremony, because God wants to tell you something. There is hope. You should believe. Now, what I want to let you know is that old age started when regret take the place of project. You should not replace your project with some regrets. You should not write your testimony as you are still alive. No, there is a future for you. If you believe in your future, you will see all your circumstances, situations, environment start changing. And you will better appreciate what you are going through. Let me tell you, and I will close with that story. Nobody have your destiny in his hand. Only God. And God say, I know the plans I have for you. Plan of prosperity and hope, to give you a future. It's God who created you. Who know that in 1 year, in 2 years, some of you here, you will be standing in the television, appointed, and changing the life of all the members of your family. I thought that I was speaking to somebody here. Now, let me close with this story. It's the story of a young man who was a drunkard. A very serious drunkard. And he was married with 3 children. But the fact is that he could not stand, because every time he would touch the money, Kenyan people drink alcohol. There are drunkards in Kenya, in Nairobi. I thought that it was just in Western Africa. Also in East Africa? Oh my God. I'm just kidding you. Okay. Let us say that the man was a drunkard, and when you have his salary, the first thing he would do is that he would go to a bar and he would drink until he would come back to the house. As you know, alcohol is the only drink that when you take it, instead of going downstairs, you go upstairs. You start walking as if something is. Now, the wife supported the first year, second year, third year. After 9 years, the wife said, "Nah, I am tired of this kind of husband who is spending all his time drinking, no future. I don't see anything." And one day, when the man came back to the house, he saw a letter. And the wife said, "It is finished, a divorce." She took the 3 children and she went without telling where she was. And the man loved his wife and he loved the children. Finally, he found that there was no hope for him. What he did is that he took a cord and said, "I will go to make suicide." Is suicide? I want to kill myself. And as he was going to kill himself, he remembered that he has a friend. And that if he killed himself, people will accuse his wife and the children that it is because of them that he killed. Now he called his friend and said, "Hey, boy, I'm going to kill myself. But it's not my wife is the problem. I am the problem because of alcohol. I don't know how to get out of that problem." And the friend said, please, before you kill yourself, try to find a prophet or a witch doctor. Let them see your future. If there is hope or if there is no hope. Do you understand? He said, yes, sir. As a good African boy, he went to look for a witch doctor. He went to the witch doctor and said, witch doctor, this is my problem. And I don't know, my life is zero. The only thing that remains to me is to die. Now, I want you to tell me, is there any hope or not? Because I'm going to kill myself. And the witch doctor said, no problem. Bring me a lizard. Do you know what is a lizard? Yes. The witch doctor said, bring a lizard. And he took 2 baskets. He placed 1 basket at the right. Can I go with that microphone? Or it's important with the microphone? Okay, thank you. Now, he took 2 baskets. Can you help me here, please? Since you are wearing the white, you will be the right basket. The good basket. Okay. Sorry, for the moment, you are not the good one. Please stand there. Stand there. Now, the first basket was there, and the second basket was there. He said, and the witch doctor was here with the drunkard. Which one of us is the witch? Which one of us is the drunkard? He put a laser there, and they say, okay, let me say me, I'm the witch, but you are the drunkard, because I am bad. I am more bad than you. You are better than me. Okay. And he said that, okay. He said to the drunkard, if this laser go to the white basket, there is hope for you. Don't kill yourself. There is hope. But if the laser go to Shadrach basket, don't kill yourself, Nana, because things will be going worse. Do you understand? And the drunkard say, yes. Do you understand? Yes. The white one, there's a future. Yes. No. And he placed the lizard there. And the lizard started moving. Babam. 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 The witch doctor and the drunkard were watching. Babam. And the lizard was going to the white one. Praise the Lord. That is good. Gang. Bam bam. And the lizard wanted to jump. I don't know what happened in the head of the lizard. Suddenly the lizard make like that. Bam. And he started going bam bam. Bam bam. Bam. When he was trying to enter to the back basket, the drunkard who was there with the witch doctor jumped and took the laser and went and placed it to the white basket. The witch doctor asked the drunkard, what are you doing like that? You should leave the laser choose. The drunkard said, I am drunk, but I am not mad. If the laser does not know the right basket, I will show him the I cannot stand there and see a laser decided about my future, and I will help him find the right. Sometimes you are here seeing your life, seeing your marriage, seeing your children, seeing your profession going. First of all, it was going to the right direction, but we don't know what happened, and now it's going to the wrong direction. Don't just complain. Don't just sit and wait for fatality. Don't just say that there's fate, the destiny will happen. No, jump. Tell your neighbor, jump. Tell another neighbor, jump. That neighbor does not look like a good neighbor. Change the neighbor and say to another neighbor, jump. You better jump and take the laser and take that marriage and take that situation and take that problems and put him in the right bus. God bless you. Thank you.
Asante sana. Jenerali wetu. Ongeza tena.
Thank you very much. At this moment, I don't know whether to call you ladies and gentlemen or brethren. What a message. If this was a church service, I can tell you, we will have just said the grace and end the service. Thank you very much, General Kamdem, for that word. When you talk about church service, it reminds me of a story where the pastor and the song leader were in loggerheads and they could not understand each other. And the pastor was frustrated. And one Sunday, the pastor preached a message on the willingness to change. And after the sermon, the song leader stood up and led the congregation in the song, "I shall not be moved." The next Sunday, the pastor preached on giving, and thereafter the song leader stood up and led the congregation in the song, "Jesus paid it all." The third Sunday, the preacher preached on not gossiping, and the song leader stood up and sang the song, "I love to tell the story." And finally, the preacher was so agitated and so frustrated, and he said, "I am going to resign because Jesus brought me here, and Jesus will take me away." And the song leader stood up and led the song, "What a friend we have in Jesus." Thank you very much. So I'm now going to welcome our invited guest, and this is the Director Nakada and National Chairman APEC. This is Reverend Frederick Ngugi for his remarks, who is also going to invite our chief guest. Welcome, sir.
Karibu sana. Ongeza tena.
Thank you very much, MC. Our General Commander, Kadem, our Colonel Jean of Commandant East Africa, our Kenyan Commandant Jessica, our chief guest, Director Henry, and our very beautiful bird and chaplain, and all the guests invited. Praise the Lord. Amen. I'm delighted to be here again, and I'm so impressed by how these leaders are doing and bringing collaboration to our country in matters of drugs. I want to bring greetings from my chairman of NACADA, Reverend NAIROBI, and also the CEO of NACADA, Dr. Omerikwa, and the entire NACADA fraternity. This is your greeting. Again, also, much appreciation of what you are doing from APEC a religious organization which I lead as a national chairman. And I can tell you what we are doing will go a long way in enhancing a great collaboration between the national space, our Kenyan society, our clergy, and our government officials, which is going to bring down the crime in our country, as was earlier attested by our director when we were discussing with him here last time. He told me what clergy and Conacce are doing in collaboration to ensure that addiction goes down in the way of providing chaplaincy, counseling the addict, and ensuring that they are able to come out of addiction. That alone is bringing down crime. He attested to me that, and I think we need to clap for that. General Commandant and our chief guest, our country is facing a terrible crisis where we have 3.6 million youth who are addicted to alcohol and drug abuse. And therefore, this collaboration is coming at the best time because our government is looking for ways and means to ensure that this addiction is completely swept out of our country, because it is bringing down our economic activities. It is also bringing chaos into different families where our young people get engaged in addiction, and therefore they are not able to provide for themselves or engage in productive activities that are likely to get down to the productivity in our country. So because of that, we are so grateful. And we promise as APEC, or Association of Pentecostal and Evangelical Clergy of Kenya in this country, as NACADA, your collaboration is so much welcome. And we are going to work together. We have our clergy in APEC who throughout the country, all the 47 counties, who are every day engaged in bringing this youth to their churches, speak to them. We call it Community Rehabilitation Initiative, and we have seen many of them reforming and getting out of addiction. An example is what our Bishop, Dr. Njoroge, is doing in Nairobi. He's one of our key leaders in Nairobi. We have witnessed boys reforming and even gangsters abandoning crime, courtesy of Dr. Njoroge. Thank you very much, Dr. Njoroge. You have also mobilized so many clergies in Nairobi, and you are doing a good job. We are having hundreds and hundreds of youth who are formerly addicted and criminals who are now even serving in the church. I have heard the chaplain saying that it is doable, it is possible, and what is not possible, they will do what is impossible, and it's true, it is doable. We can reform 3.6 million addicts. It is possible to bring them out of addiction. Yes. It is possible. It is possible to make our country free from drug, free from addiction. It is possible to see our country having no death as a result of addiction, and drug abuse. It is possible. It is also possible with this combined collaboration to ensure that we are able to be whistleblowers. Get to those people who bring alcohol, illicit alcohol, and also drugs into our country because of the anti-narcotic knowledge that we have just gained from the teaching we have received from these commandants. So we are saying we can, together with the clergy, the chaplain, the government, we become whistleblowers. Don't allow anybody bring alcohol, sell alcohol, drugs to any youth in this country, even if it is not your son or a daughter. These youth belong to us, they belong to Kenya. Make it be known. Call this number, 1192. Our officials, our policemen are so active, they are not bribed. They will get hold of those people. And we are going to stop this. We are going to do the best of supply suppression to the drugs that are supplied in our country. God bless you so much.
Asante sana. Ongeza tena.
All protocols observed, I would like to request our guest, Reverend Frederick, to invite our chief guest.
Thank you very much. You know, I'm used to preaching. I'm normally invited to preach. I'm not used to invite. Thank you very much. So, around me at this juncture, to invite our very respected chief guest who was with us even at the time, and who did a very good analysis on how our collaboration is bringing down crime in our country. So, welcome, Dr. Henry. Thank you very much.
Karibu sana.
Okay, for the record, I'm not a doctor, but I have two in my house. In the interest of time, I want just to read my written speech. But just before I read what I have prepared here, allow me to share something very personal, which is connected with what our General Dr. Camden has spoken about, hope. 15 years ago, I adopted a young boy. This boy is son to my late sister. And I loved my sister so much. And I wished her to have a great life. So I remember when I got my first salary as a trained teacher in the year 1987, immediately after finishing my high-level school, I was devoted to see that she gets good education because she was bright. But when she was informed too, she became rebellious and ran away from school. And she became a street girl. And after several years, she became a mother of 3 children of different fathers. And she died of infections and the complications related to HIV. But I took all the children to take care of them. And those children, because of their upbringing and the family dysfunction, they became very difficult. But by God's grace, I raised the first boy, and he became a very good marketer with bachelor's of commerce in marketing. And the other two kids, one is doing diploma and another one is in form. But all of them suffer from some sort of addiction. But one is addicted to drugs. I have helped drug addicts as a prison officer. My officers are here, they know that I've raised through the ranks in the Kenya Prison Service, and I have aided some of the most difficult prisons in Kenya. Committee Maximum Security Prison being one of it. And a few years, many of you that attest that that prison is associated with drug addicts and with serious criminals, including violent extremists and terrorists. I've been able to, by God's grace, to help many come out of crime and become great people. But I want to tell you, the hardest thing I've ever faced is to help my own to come out of it. That is what I am struggling with right now. I've helped terrible criminals and terrorists to change and be rehabilitated and become good people, but unable to help my own children. Man preached hopes, Kenya chapter. Please, I extend my warmest congratulations